management and construction management in a project which such agreement are apparently absent. Thank you.
So that's all.
Yes.
So you just like try to explain what each subtopic. My comment is I expect more from this group, okay? Because the topic is very I know it's little, but I hope that you can dig more to show us more information for each part. But it seems like you just really explain what is the content. Is it? You didn't do very much research, right? Am I right? Is it true or not? Is there any other information you want to deliver? Only this part. And the slide also, yes, I know you just use the template or whatever, but I hope that you can, like I say, I prefer infographic and what so on. Okay, so I expect more. I think I already show you example of the slide, isn't it? Previously, did I? Did I explain to you how's the other previous your senior group present?
Yes.
So what they did? Did I show you or not? Wait, everyone, did I show you? So everyone, please take note. Next time, if you want to do a presentation, I already mentioned many times about what I expect from you. Okay. Let me check. So anything else from this group? What else you have to do?
So is there any question, guys?
Hmm.
Why contact management is important?
I want to ask.
Yes, please. Who want to ask? You want to answer first, or you want to let the other?
As first lah.
I have question. Hello.
Okay.
Okay, my question is why contract management is important.
Contract management is important because it help managing the obligation in an effective manners or ways whereby it save the parties significant time, effort, and provide benefit in terms of business strategy and procedure. Am I answering the question?
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay.
I have a question. When does the contract administration process begin and end?
The contract administration begin together with the project planning stage, at the project planning stage, and usually the process end when the acceptance of the project from both parties, between the client and the contractor or consultant.
I want to ask how to solve the contract dispute.
That one another topic, isn't it? Shafika? I think that one is another topic, Susan. Hello? So you said when the contract started, Fatin, you say what? When the
During the project planning stage at pre-construction, sebelum start.
reconstruct? It depends on what contracts are. For example, like this one is a contract for the contractor, you know, during construction stage. Okay, during construction stage. So when they have the contract, because they have many types of contract actually. The contract either between contractor and client or consultant and the client. If the consultant, those who design, you know, design the building, do the, for example, like architectural, they have their own contract. Okay, you got it? So that one, they will have another start point. Okay, for example, during planning, like you said. So for the consultant contract, they have different timeline. Okay, so our course is focused on the construction stage. We are talking about the construction stage, but next group, or I think next group, they will talk about the form, a standard form. So from that standard form, they have many kind of contract, but in our course, we are talk more about during construction stage. So when we talk about during construction stage, the construction administration, I mean the management start during the when they initiate the project, when they accept the offer. Okay, when the contractor accept the offer from the client, they start. Okay, when they accept the offer, then the contract start. Valid. You mean become active until they hand over the project. Okay, but and then they have liquidity damage time period 2 years after the handover project. That one is like warranty. Okay, class, you got it. So the contract start, it depends on what kind of contract between who party. Okay, if the consultant with the client, different timeline. If the contractor with the client, different timeline. You got it? When the effective the contract will be enforced. Clear or not? Who asking? There was a question. Who's asking just now?
Clear, doctor.
All right. Good questions. The first one, what they asked, I missed the question. Ashram, what did he ask? The first question. What is the question about?
Why contract management is important?
Hmm.
If I'm mistaken.
And what did you answer?
Might help managing the obligation in an effective manners or ways. And it is also save parties significant time, effort, and provide benefit in terms of business strategies and procedure.
Okay, this of course it helps all this thing. Okay, the contract management is very important because it involves more than one parties. Okay, and then can you imagine without contract management, how they can solve the problem? You know, during construction stage, they have a lot of disputes will happen, conflict, and then to ensure that the performance of the contractor they align with the objective of the client. That's why contract management will very important because it will encourage the contractor to work with their performance. You know, without this, they will like don't know what to do. You know, so with that contract, it's already stated very clearly what they need to be done. Okay, step by step. So they have the progress like 10%, how much their work progress, 20% how much they have to get done. So this is very helpful for the contractor monitoring performance. Okay, that's why it's very important. Without this, if anything happen, they cannot go for legal. Okay, difficult to claim each other. Okay, clear? Yeah, what Azran said is correct, but that one is in a what overall terms. Okay, so any other question from the floor?
Me, Doctor. I have a question for the part managing the contract just now. Who is responsible for it, for the contract management?
Okay, answering this group members. Who's responsible for the all part?
Managing the contract.
Managing, who's responsible managing?
Contract manager.
Yeah, who? Is it contractor side or client side? So that's why I want you to understand the concept of this contract administration. How? Okay, okay. The group may answer, and then I would like to ask the class also. Okay, the group, who responsible?
Contract administration. Where he serve as a orang tengah, facilitator for the negotiation, recommendation, record keeping, monitoring, and
Okay, who appoint them? Who appoint them? Who appoint them? The contract administrator.
Engineer?
Engineer appoint the contract administrator?
Sorry, contractor.
Contractor appoint the contract administrator? That's your answer, Amira? How about Azran, who appoint the contract administrator?
The client.
Okay, the client. How about Fatin?
The client.
Okay, how about class? Who appoint the contract administrator?
The consultant or the representative of the client as the representation. They are represent person.
Okay. All right. Anyone else? Who agree? Is it a representative from the client? Who agree? Raise your hand. Where anyone? No, nobody agree. Nobody agree that the client appoint. So how about the contractor appointment? Is it representative from the contractor? Semua takut nak jawab. Why? Why everyone afraid to answer? Let's give a response. Okay, if you see the roles that your friends explain, the roles, what they mentioned the first about can you think who is the party that who is the person in charge is a contract administrator, but who will appoint them to manage the contract if in logic? Because based on the some of the question, yes, correct, but some point of view that you are saying that the contractor appointment. But in logic, you can see who is the person that appoint the contract administrator. You can think, I think, logically. Okay, who
the client.
Huh?
The client.
The client. Okay, how? Why you said the client? Okay, I want to share with you. Wait, let me show. Wait. Okay. Let me show the slide from your senior. I think better this one is like there is a group, you know, they have to represent again because I'm not really satisfied on what their outcome. Can you see the slide?
Yes, doctor.
Yes, doctor.
So they ask, who is a contract administrator? So if you see the roles is involved in managing the legal agreement between parties to a contract, correct? And then the contract administrator is an agent of employer, okay, at the same time had to make impartial decision between parties involved. What do you understand about this term? You got it, this point? Nampak tak? So it's mentioned clearly when they said employer, who is the employer in this during construction stage? Class.
Contractor.
The employer.
The client.
Yes, the client. Okay. Those who appoint this architect, surveyor, engineers is the CNS construct and civil and structure engineers who drawing. You know. So the contract administrator is like who's answer just now? After Fatih Nabila, who answered that one? The question.
Representative of the client.
Yeah, Idayu. Okay. Yes, they are the representative of the consultant. Okay, from the consultant that appointed by the client. Okay, these are the consultant. You got it? Who is a consultant in our industry? Either architect, CNS, engineer, CNS, you know CNS? Civil and structure. The roles of civil and structure engineers, what they are doing? You know the roles or not? That's why I'm asking you, who do you want to be when you graduate? Soon you will be graduated, right? Another one more semester, correct? After this semester finish, you are part 7, correct?
Yes.
Most of you part 7. And next semester you will be part 8. And then you will be graduated. So I'm asking you, who do you want to be? Do you want to be in a consultant field? Do you want to be in contractor field? Do you want to be at the client side? Or do you want to be as what? Who? Because there are many kind of designated position in our construction industry. So if you want to be, what is the role of CNS engineers, civil and structure engineers? I'm asking you now. What is the role?
Ensure the construction works being done according to the client objective.
Sorry.
Ensure the work was done as according to the client objective.
Okay, one seems like the contract administrator roles. I'm asking about the CNS engineers itself. What they are doing? Architect, what is the function?
Prepare the design.
Okay, architect prepare the design. How about CNS engineer?
Carry out the
The
design.
engineering working and the drawing that given by the architect.
They have to design, okay, for the structure. Okay, when they design by the architect, they have to take the drawing, okay. The architect will prepare the design of the building only without any technical calculation. You know, that loading, you know, that one, right? The one that you learn in what, system dynamic or whatever. I forgot. What subject you learn about the calculation for loading, press,
RC.
RC, right? And then the size of the rebar, remember? This job will carry by the CNS engineer. You got it? So if you are really strong in this subject, then you have a potential to become a CNS engineer. If you don't like this subject, okay, RC or whatever that related with the calculation or the drawing, then you have to think to become, but you must know the basic, right? So maybe you're interested to work with a contractor, but it's a bit hectic Even though the consultant side also quite tiring, but if you work with the contractor, you will work 6 days per week, but consultant usually 5 days per week, but of course they will work like 24/7. Okay, so now you must understand what is their responsibility. Okay, for the CNS engineer, they have to calculate the design. That's their function, and prepare the detailed drawing. You got it? Huh? Understood? So the contract administrator may be appointed from these kind of roles. You got it? Architect, surveyor, or engineers, because these are the consultants in our industry. When they ask who is the consultants in our construction industry, they might have architect, they might have CNS engineer, they might have surveyor. Okay, QS, quantity surveyor. Okay, why the client have to appoint from this personnel as a contract administrator? Can you answer me? So if you look at the terms, contract administrator as an agent, okay, of the employer, meaning that representative of the client, okay, at the same time, okay, they have to make a impartial decision between two parties, okay, meaning that they can make a decision on behalf of the client, okay. So what do you think? Why the contract administrator must come from these roles? That's why I asked you the first group. I asked you to understand. You must first look at when the contract administrator in place. Okay, you must understand this thing. You got it? So you must know who is the contract administrator. That's why I want you first. You have to brief this thing first. Got it? Clear or not? You cannot jump through the subtopic. The one that I mentioned, that is a must in the presentation, but you have to add on more to make it the topic more understandable. Clear or not? So other group, please prepare like that. Okay, you must be in the flow. For example, like this one, they explain who is the contract administrator. So these are the potential contract administrator that will be appointed from the client side. Okay, so contract administrator is responsibility from the client side, because this personnel only who can really understand what is the client needs, because they start during the planning stage, correct? Understood? And the drawing is in their hand, so they know what is the client wants. So they are the one who can monitor all the progress of the contractor, because they are the one who design, so they know. You got it? Clear or not? Class clear?
Clear, Doctor.
Okay, those who ask tadi what you said, who is responsible, right? Now you understand, right? So this person from where? This person now. Okay? Clear? Any questions? So I'm asking you now, who do you want to be in after you finish your study? Who do you want to be?
Consultant.
Consultant, are you sure? Okay, who else? Are you sure consultant?
Yes, very likely to be sure.
Wow, so meaning that you are very good in RC?
Not so, but I would like to learn and to
Learn?
develop.
You must know all the software, okay? You must know how to use the software. In the future, they might use a BIM, Building Information Modeling, okay, BIM. So you must know how to use Revit, okay, that kind of software. I mean, at advance of the AutoCAD advanced, okay, because they involve 3D and now 5Ds, they say, okay. So how about others? What do you want to be other than consultant? Cepat ah.
Tak pasti lagi.
Oh my God, that's dangerous. If you're not sure now, you are already final year. You must make sure who is your target company that you want to apply. Okay, so I give you an idea. Okay, that which one is the easiest to work, but it depends how you cope with the environment. Okay, during the workplace. Because it depends people also. What my experience is, because my first experience I worked with the SPAD. Last time SPAD, but now no more. Okay. You know, right? It's an authority. So when you work starting with the authority, you feel your work life is easy because you just monitor what is the consultant doing, what is the contractor doing. Okay, you don't have to do with the technical things. But you have to understand the basic, of course, because you have to review their document. If you become a client, okay, usually you have to review the document. If you become a consultant, you have to prepare the document. You got it? When you become a contractor, you work with the contractor side, you have to prepare the document, you have to see the progress, you know. So you have to make sure that you accomplish the work. You got it? So many tasks, right? So you can see which one is the most difficult. Job task. Which one is the worst?
Contractor.
Contractor.
Tractor they work 24/7 every
You
day.
will feel burdened if you are looking to work with the contractor side. Okay, so please, I advise you. Of course, if there is no opportunity, you will go with the contractor. Some of the students, they might think like, they say they want to get experience, so they want to start with their contractor, and then, or maybe they say they want to start with a consultant. After consultant a few years, then they want to jump to the contractors, the construction stage. Okay, when they jump to when they got this experience, then they say they want to go to the client. So it depends how you want to plan. Yes, you can do like that. Okay, if you think that you have planning for that is good, meaning that when you already learn this, and then you can become a manager. Okay, you can become much more because you got the experience, right? At least 2 years. Okay, so you already become manager, need 5 years. So you need to plan. Okay, I know it's not easy to find a job, but you can apply. Because if you don't apply, you don't know you will get it or not. Okay, so I ask you, either you want to plan like that. So after 5 years, so maybe 2 years in the consultant, and then 3 years in a construction. At least you complete one project. Okay, so you can become a manager at the same time. In order you become a manager, you can apply for the IR. Okay, professional engineer. So make your plan like that. Don't later on when you finish, you don't know what you want to apply and you just randomly submit. Must have the planning, target. Okay, I advise you in this way, so that this planning is good for you, because you cover the whole process of in the construction industry. You will understand more. So if you work with a consultant, you might have to learn more documentation stuff. Okay, you might be appointed as a contract administrator. Okay, and then if you work with a contractor, you will prepare the document for tendering. Okay, when you want to enter to get the project, then you will see all the documentation about the contract, because you have to have the company to get the tender. You understand? So the tender document is similar like the contract document, but either you are not yet get it. Okay, you got it? What I mean? When the contract document is already you agree, but tender document is not as a contract document, but it's all the lists are related with the contract lah. Okay, you got it? The idea? So you have to see what you want to be. Okay. Okay, clear or not? Any questions? You see this one?
Madam.
Clear? Any questions? Class, any questions? So as your friend said that planning a contract, okay, how they planning a contract? So this one, they must know who is the party involved. Okay, they have to define the contract administration plan. Okay, start from the agreed, start from the project initiate. Okay, so they have to define because later on your friend will present about the meeting. Okay, they have a kick-off meeting, for example, like for the first time when they start the project. Okay, there is the first meeting. They will really well explain what is the purpose of that project. Okay, so meaning that this one, the purpose, I mean the contract administrator must define what is their plan. Okay, and then they must identify who's the party involved. Do you know parties? Who is the party involved in the project, construction project? Can you tell me? That's why I need your group explain to me. You are not only read the terms, the definition, but I want you to go each part. For example, parties involved in the project. You may list who is the parties in the construction stage. Who is the parties? Plus, give me
The owner,
the owner,
architect,
architect,
and the contractor.
the contractor, QS, quantity surveyor. Okay, the quantity surveyor is the person who prepare the document for the material costing. Okay, all right. So this party must involve the consultant side lah. Okay, what else? CNS engineers. Who else? Who else? You only see these people, but there is more than that.
Subcontractor.
Okay, subcontractor. Who else? Okay, when you want to build a building, what else you have to install?
Building services.
What again?
Building services.
The one after that, building services. Before that, what you want to install? Yeah, building services. What is that? What is the
Electrical. Electrical engineer.
electrical? Okay, M&E engineers is part of consultant. Okay, yes, M&E. Okay, M&E. We talk about electrical. Who is the responsible for electrical? Who parties in Malaysia? They are monopoly the business. You don't know who's that?
Authorities.
Huh?
Authorities.
Yes, authorities. Can you give me example?
TNB.
TNB.
Okay, authorities. Okay, TNB is the business provider, and they are not authority. Authority kind of like PDRM, is it? DOSH. Okay, party involved. DOSH also as a parties. If anything related with the safety, they will come. Got it? So they have to get prepared for the safety management documentation. Okay, this party, they have to identify DOSH. TNB for the utilities. What else? Related the water. Okay, if they want to install the plumbing,
Syabas.
piping, Syabas. If in Selangor, if in Johor, they must deal with the Ranhill, whatever, SAJ. Okay, you got it? The idea? These are the parties they have to identify. And who else? When they want to build at that place, who is the parties? Like you say, authority. Who else? Their place. Who place is it? Even in Selangor, who's that? Majlis Perbandaran. Is it? You got it? The state government authority. Yeah, Majlis Perbandaran Shah Alam, MBSA, right? Correct? So if you want to build in Shah Alam, you have to deal with them. You must get the approval with them, but they also will see how's the progress of that project. You have to update. Once in a while. Okay, not frequent. The frequent one, of course, the contractor performance or contractor progress. Okay, once in a while, you have to inform to the MBSA how's the progress project. Okay, we are now in order to almost complete, so they aware that the project is almost completed. Once completed, then they know that there is existing buildings there ready to serve the community. You got it what I mean? They have to inform. Clear or not? So many parties involved. You don't think like only this consultant, contractor, client, that's it. No, these are other parties involved. Okay, clear? And type of contract. This what I want you to explain. Your friend tadi, your group. You didn't do much research, okay? So I a bit disappointed because the first topic always like this. I didn't get the good outcome from the first topic. I don't know why difficult for you. I don't think it's because of short time for you to prepare, but your topic is very little. So I hope that you can go very deep for that. You have time for that, I think, okay? So I don't want to ask you to represent, but I just give the mark as is, okay? So that's what I want. I expect from you like this. You have to explain each part of the content, okay? Not only just read again what is the definition of each what roles and responsibility to. No, it's not like that to do the presentation. If like that, then easy. You got it, class?
Yes.
Yes, Doctor.
Yes. So please, the next group prepare well, okay? I think you know what I want, okay? What I expected from all of you. So please get ready, okay? I want you to understand like what I explained now. I think everyone can clearly understand, isn't it? But this one is your senior white slide, okay? I want you like, maybe you have to find a picture for that, infographic like, okay, like I said just now, the authority, maybe you put the example of the authority, the utilities providers, okay? Under the party involved. For example, this is what I, like this, they just put the what? The terms, okay? I think this group have to represent, I think, like this one. So they make it a better slide, but still cannot reach my expectation. Okay, type of contract. Like I said, have to understand the type of contract between who. This you have to understand. Between the consultant with the client, or now we are talking about the contractor between the client. We are talking about this. Okay, I want you to understand our scope is during construction stage. Okay, but the focus is there, but actually you will also learn the form of the contract for the whole project. Okay, for example, you will understand that, but in terms of this responsibility, they have to we focus on the construction stage. But if this contract responsibility, administrator responsibility also will be applicable for the consultant punya contract, because the same thing, putting you see, planning a contract, the same term, project definition, okay? So it's the same thing. What is the project definition for the consultant punya contract? They must complete the drawing, for example, right? But when we talk about the construction stage, they must complete the structure, correct? Only that's the difference. You understand? But their responsibility is similar. But the outcome is different, depends on their environment, their nature of work. Clear or not, class? Can you understand this? Because they cannot combine the what they have the contract combined. For example, like project for, if they choose the contract design and build project, okay, contract design and build. Later on, your friend will understand this. So those who making these types of construction contract, if I'm not mistaken, that topic, they have to explain about the design bid build. Okay, design bid build project, design and build project. So for example, like design and build, they have two main parties. For example, like the consultant and the contractor is one in-house. That one, the contractor, the contract scope will be involved during the planning until the construction. So this how I want you to understand. You get it? Clear or not? So it depends on what types of the contract that you choose, and the nature of scope will be expanded. Okay, some of the project they separate. Consultant, one contract, contractor, one contract. There is a project like they mix. Okay, so that one, the contract will be start from the planning until the handover the project. Clear? Okay, so it depends. So that's why I ask you to understand really what is the contract administration about. Okay, so this one about the project definition, the contract administrator must have to know these things. So they have to define the scope and delivery. Okay, and then the scope meaning that what work they have to get done. Okay, what work, what scope of work they have to get done. Okay, and then how they want to deliver. If they are talk about the contractor, how the contractor have to deliver, they have milestone. Maybe they have milestone, okay, for the first 3 months, or maybe by quarter. Okay, they have the milestone. Or maybe they have phases in that project. Phase 1, they have to complete within how many months. Phase 2, how many months. Okay, so they have to define. And then the dead timeline. Okay, the timeline, they already prepared. So the client target like within 1 year. So within 1 year, okay. And then the finance, this one QS will be involved. So they already raise all the price. Okay, they already spell out how much is the cost. Okay, if over whatever because due to the changing or the drawing, then the contractor can claim to the client. So it depends. Okay. And then working plan. Okay, working plan meaning that the contractor have to prepare sometime their project work plan. Okay, but the contract administrator, they already sometimes ask the contractor must do like this. Okay, so the contractor have to follow. All right. Usually they will give this project work plan during the tendering. The contractor already prepared. So the contract administrator have to spell out again what is the detail of project work plan. Okay. All right. So parties involved in a construction contract. You can see here. This one, this group, they didn't like discover many. This one, like I said, is common, like only 4. Is it? This in your mind, but actually have many, yeah? Other parties as well. Okay? They call, this one we can call as internal parties. And they have external party, okay, that you have to deal with. Okay? Clear? I already explained this part, right? This what is their roles, and you can see. Alright, so this one is a type of contract that you must understand. This one is another topic we'll explain in detail. But I want in this topic you actually have to understand that kind of things like I asked you. Okay, actually you must understand what is the bid design bid build contract, for example, like that. Okay, so this one they already include like the other part in details. Okay, putting contract in place. What does it mean? That is the responsibility of contract administrator. Putting contract in place. Can you, from the terms, you can see that putting contract in place, meaning that all what's stated in the contract administrator have a responsible to make sure all that spelled out in the contract must be delivered. Okay, must be in place. You understand? So that they are the one who have to solve any issue between these two parties. If the client doesn't agree with all the performance of the contractor, they have to liaise with the contractor and make sure that the contractor have to perform in this, okay, according to the contract. They have to give the notification, or they have to give the warning letter or something like that. So they are the one have to make sure the contract in place. This is what does it mean. Okay, that's why they come up with this agreement in the work scope, agreement in payment, okay, to ensure, okay. Clear, eh? Clear, eh, class? Okay, and then managing, okay. That one is putting contract in place to make sure that all the what is stated in the contract being delivered. Okay, managing is you have to manage all the parties involved and what is the objective of the contract. They have to manage this thing. What is without managing, then how you managing, meaning that they have to plan when is a meeting, how to manage, right? So they have to set how many times they want to meet with the contractor, okay, to manage the contract, example, okay. And then enforcing provision procedure of contract. How they want to enforce, okay, the procedure, because they already have the the contract is a legal document. Okay, so anything they can enforce, okay, meaning that they already put, like, for example, like they already mentioned that the contractor will be penalty if they delay the project, maybe, so they can enforce it because the contract is a legal. So from there, maybe they have to deduct the payment or anything. It depends on what is their agree with, okay. And then managing the project parties. So those who are parties that involved, they have to manage as well. Okay. What else? Type of contract. And this one they just mentioned about what is the aspiration, what is the implied. Okay. This one, I think this one is not related with actually, because this one is the specific about the amount of payment, labor hours. That one is specific in the contract punya calculation, that one. But you must understand what it's all about. Okay, just the overview. But in details, okay, like this one, your friend said this one they will implement the penalty, right, to ensure the performance. It is how they have to make sure that the contractor do the work. Okay, that's why they have to put this kind of rules. Okay, this one, because once you already list out but you don't have take action, so it's difficult, right? That's why they have to do this. I mean, the contract administrator have to deal with this one. Okay, implementing the sanction to ensure the performance. It's clearly mentioned, right? Like your friend already explained, to make sure to monitor the performance of the contractor. Sanction is a penalty and kind of sort of like a penalty. Okay, without penalty, maybe the contractor difficult to they are not worried, so they will not do the work well. Okay, so this one is very good for the client to make sure that the contractor obey. Okay, obey with the scope of work. If you can see here, manage and control the quality of the work. Okay, monitoring the time schedule is helpful. So they have to implement this. Okay, what does it mean with the first line dispute resolution? You know, it's a contract document, right? The contract document. If there is any dispute, so contract administrator is the first person who have to deal with the this thing, okay, with the conflicts. Okay, so for example, like for COVID is a frontliner. Who is a frontliner? Of course, the doctor and nurse and so on, right? So in a contract administration, they are the first person that they have to deal with. Okay, the contract administrator. So they have the resolution. This one your friend will explain. Okay. So it's a linkage between project and construction management, correct or no? What is the difference project management and construction management, class? What is the difference? Project and the construction management, same or different? How you can differentiate? Hurry up. And then we will proceed for the quizzes, isn't it? The group. Hurry up, class. What does it mean by the project and construction management? Cepatlah.
Construct is more on the physical, like construct the building.
Okay. Project?
Project is more like they discuss in the office, like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. The project actually from the planning, okay, until they complete the structure. Okay. There's a project. Meaning if you want to build, for example, a stadium, the contractor involved during the construction stage, like you said. Okay, so the contractor actually involved the construction management. But the project management, we involve who? The client and the contract administrator. Because they will involve during the planning. So that's why they say it's a linkage between project and construction because it covered both sides. Understood? That's why this contract administrator exists. Clear or not? So
Yes,
that's what that mean, okay? Okay, clear alright. So with the contract document, this one, the contract administrator can link between the planning and also the construction progress. Okay? Clear I think I already discover all okay about the responsibility of contract administrator, so that I hope that you can get the overall understanding. Compare that your friend explained, isn't it? Because when they have explained, of course they don't know, but I need you to know. Okay, of course everyone don't know about this, but it's your responsibility to understand. That's why I give this task first to see how do you want to understand about the contract administration topic. Okay, clear, class? I want you to understand in this way. Can do that at the group? Okay, so can or not?
Can.
Can.
Okay, so I hope that I get the what? Better presentation, okay, by next week. So I need the first group to continue your process of presentation requirement. What else you have to do? There is one part you're not yet completed. Mana first group tadi? Where's the first group? Okay, next group, what topic? Type of construction project, isn't it? I give you example how you want to come up with the presentation slide. Okay, this your senior. Okay, but of course I want you to do better than this lah. Okay, this example only. Everyone can see before your friend will proceed with the question. Okay, everyone can see or not?
Yes.
Okay, this next week I think. So you see, let's get started. And then the way they present is very attractive. I don't want like one-way communication. I want you to interact with your friends. So like this, they put this slide, and then I think they are asking like, yeah, they are like what I think this one how the group present, I think very quite interesting the way they present. I think they just like, okay, class, let's we study on this, something like that, you know. And then they are going together, and then they explain like, okay, today we will explain this. Okay, I want you to do that way. Okay, be casual and be presentable. Okay, so they are really try to understand what is about the measurement contract. They explain one by one. They give example. Okay, so they do some calculation. You have to understand the calculation very well, so that you can explain it well. So this one, they try to link who's the parties in these types of contract. Okay, they give example. You see, what kind of project involve under turnkey design, build. Okay, design and build method. You got it? Example again under the construction management, what kind of project? You see, this is how I want you to come out. Dig more, do research more. Okay, there is plenty of information in the Google. Easy for you to get the information now. And then what they did, they tried to, let's recaps. Okay, they asked the class, they said, okay, yang ni they will appear, they ask the student, you know, okay, under design and build, is it the contractor, I think, can reduce the duration project? They say cannot. They get the response from the student, you know. How about this method? Yes, and the student answer, you know, the class answer. How about the construction management? They say yes. So they will come up, pop up one by one, something like that. So this is how I want you to interact with your audience. You see, they explain about what is a BOT. They make it very details, you know, the content. They try to understand what is this. You see, manpower, financer. You see, these are also parties. The fund provider. Then the form of contract. Now they explain what form is this. In private, they use what form? Okay, for the private project, for the international project, what form? You see? Is it it's not simple presentation is very informative presentation. This is what I want you to come out. Any questions? Everyone clear what I want you to prepare? Clear or not clear? Don't let me ask you to
Clear, doctor.
Don't let me ask you to redo your presentation. Then you will be never ending presentation. Okay? I already give you example. Your senior, they don't have any good example. I cannot provide them good example, but they give me a good example. So they are the benchmark for you. Once they did well, the rest of their team, other group did well. Okay, because they give a good example for the early topic. Okay, so the previous group, please proceed with your question, I think. Any other question, class? Before we go for the quiz.
Maybe no question.
No questions. Already asked a lot of questions. Okay. So, yes.
Kalau kita orang punya soalan tu buat minggu depan boleh tak?
Why?
Kita orang tak prepare ni.
Why? Did I ask you?
I thought that only tanya soalan je.
I asked you, it's a requirement, right? Did you see the rubric? I think I prepared the rubric also, and I explained you in the presentation last week. Everyone get it or not? Did I ask you, right? At least 10 questions. Remember? For the quizzes. And I want you to interact with the audience. So the audience will ask you question during your presentation. After your presentation or during your presentation, the audience will ask you a question, at least two. Is it? And then another one is a quizzes, online quiz. No matter what platform you use, okay? Kahoot can, quizzes can, but you have to submit me the list of the question though, and the answer. Clear or not clear? Then why your group didn't prepare? You already have very less topic compared to another group, but you didn't prepare like what I said. Yes, can do next week, meaning that before the other group start for the what? For the their presentation, your group have to do the quiz. Okay? So that its quiz will be like refresh. Okay, so maybe we can do like that also. The following week, you have to present your quiz so that you get refreshed what is the previous topic all about. Okay, no problem, that one.
Okay, Miss.
Okay, so prepare and then give me the sample in a draft one. In the Word file. I think you can upload in YouFuture, if I'm not mistaken. Your one representative only to upload. I will assign that what Word. Let me check in you check the activities under learning activities. Everyone can check or not? The assignment. Wait, and then continue assessment. Okay, wait. Last semester is okay, this one. Okay. All right. So you can upload your slide also. Okay, wait. Let me share my screen so that everyone can see the where you can find the YouFuture platform pictures to upload the project. Sekejap. Okay. Everyone can see this one. Sekejap. Wait, what is it? Pula pula. It's another group. Okay, nampak tak? Can see? Okay, you go to your course. And then you go to your continue assessment, go to assignment. From here, you can see, okay, I will put the new assignment here. Okay. And then this one. So this one will start, today is 12, isn't it? Until when is the final week? June what? Remember? Anyone? Remember or not? It's okay lah. Just put it like this. Must be end in June, right? But I don't remember which date. Okay. So you are 7? 7 what?
C1.
B1.
C1.
7C1. This one.
Yes.
This one 20, 2020, 2020. Okay. Must be this one, right? Okay, alright. So please upload your slide and together with your question draft, okay? Not draft, I mean the complete one that you already upload in you will use Kahoot or Quizzes. You may put in the words file, okay, word file. You mention question 1, what question, and then what is the objective answer, and then you bold which one is the correct answer. The question scheme answer. Yeah, I want that one. Can or not? Where's the rubric? The rubric. Nanti cari lah. Yeah, we upload again. Wait, the questions. Oh, okay. Copy. Okay. So submit. This one and okay. Okay. So you can select this one. Which one? This one. This one. Okay, this one. I think you only can access this one. Okay, this one is the previous one. So you have to submit your slide and also your questions representative of your member only, and then you can select your group member name. Tahu kan? For example, like this one. It become like this. Only one representative, but you can tick your members. Then you submit. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so one representative only have to submit. Okay, any other questions? So that one is about this, because the project I will let you know later on, okay? About the report, group project. Okay, any other question? Okay, please turn on your camera. I want to screenshot before we ended the class. You are lucky, I'm not really like, angry with you and do your representation. Otherwise, you have to do representation. You nak presentation balik ke? Group? Tak perlu lah kan? And your mark will be as is lah. It's okay kan? It's your effort. Okay. Done. 1. Hurry up, hurry up. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay, one more. One more. 1, 2, 3. Hurry up. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay. Semua masih dekat rumah ke? Tadi yang kat campus, kenapa I punya FYP student dekat campus?
Semester 8 semua diwajibkan balik.
Oh, patutlah. Okay. My FYP tu. Okay. So, dia kata they have phase 1 and then ada second phase who will enter the campus, isn't it? Okay. So, any other questions? No more? If no question, then we can end the class today.
So far so good.
Okay. Other students? No more questions, huh?
No, doctor. So far, no.
Okay. All right. So thank you very much. See you again next week, and I hope that I put hope for the better presentation for the next week. Okay. Okay, everyone.
Okay.
Don't make me don't make me different. Okay. Don't make me like who I am. Okay. Because I don't like to marah you all. So I hope that don't do that. I really hope the better presentation by next week. Okay. Deal, eh?
Okay, doctor.
Promise.
Okay,
eh?
doctor.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, doctor.
Promise.
okay. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank
Bye.
you.
You too, doctor.
Thank you,
Have a
doctor.
nice day.
Thank you,
Thank you,
doctor.
doctor. Thank you, doctor.
Okay.